Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 5:30.
The records have been broken, and it finally looks like winter in the valley. Good evening, and thank you for joining us. Today's snowfall is the biggest snow event we've seen this season in the Fargo Metro. But all those flakes have made travel tough for many people. Valley News Team's Ashley Bishop joins us live from South Fargo to tell how the roads are right now. Ashley?
Good evening. The main roads at least, are pretty clear and doing well, but it's those side streets that are still slightly covered. This morning, snowfall finally let the public works crews do what they can and show off what they can do, and that is move snow. Now, the Fargo Public Works Department says that the main roads have mainly been clear this afternoon. They've done them twice since the snow began this morning, and it's those side streets that you need to be careful on, and they're going to get to them tonight.
We're hoping they're going to be in real good driving conditions by morning.
Okay, back
better.
to normal. Better.
Well, better. You know, I think, again, I think most of us are used to conditions like this anyway. It's just late in the season for it, that's all.
People started to dig out of their driveways, many excited to see the fluffy flakes.
I thought we were going to get by this year without any snow, so yeah.
Kind of optimistic
It's great. My wife hates it, but
those traveling west on I-94 this morning were not laughing as they sat backed up from multiple car crashes. Moorhead police say the weather and speed played a factor and remind drivers to slow down and leave space between you and the car in front of you. As for the Fargo Public Works Department clearing the roads, Anderson says they are racing the weather.
We're certainly racing the clock on dropping temperatures. We would like to get this snow plowed off and salted and back to bare pavement or reasonable bare pavement by the time it cools off too much.
So if you're living in Fargo and your streets are still covered, don't worry. While you're asleep tonight, crews will be out working and clearing them for you in the morning. And across the river in Moorhead, it's a very similar situation. I talked to the supervisor of the Public Works Department over there, and they told me that their crews are going to be coming back tonight at midnight to do the same thing, clear the roads for everyone. And if you're behind a snow plow, the drivers just warn people to let them do their jobs and get out of the way. It'll be better for everyone. In South Fargo, Ashley Bishop, Valley News Live.
All right. Thank you, Ashley, for that live report. Anderson says with all the growth the city is seeing, this is the first real test for clearing snow off the several more miles of roadway. And if you'd like to keep track of the current road conditions, just head to valleynewslive.com and click on weather so that you can plan a safe trip before you head out. So again, we saw quite a bit of snow today. Let me tell you, it's heavy to shovel. Robert, how much did we get?
Well, actually, we ended up getting about 3.2 inches officially, and that is the latest we've ever seen a snowfall of an inch or more here in Fargo. The old record back on January 27th, 1944. Now, officially 3.2, but we've seen anywhere from 3 to 4.5 inches in the Fargo-Moorhead area. Bijou, 5 inches. McIntosh, 4 inches. War Road, about 3. In Lisbon, about 2 to 3 inches of snow. Winter weather advisory, that continues tonight. Even though most of the snow has ended, we're going to continue to see some freezing drizzle, some snow flurries, some snow showers, and a lot of wind that will be blowing, may be blowing that snow around us. A lot of wet snow out there, and it may be tough for the wind to pick that up. On the radar, we've got the snow, the steadier snow well off towards the north. That'll continue to cycle on through. Also some freezing drizzle, and we've got reduced visibilities because of blowing snow, some fog, some freezing drizzle, and some snow out there as low as a ½ mile visibility in Cavalier and in Carrington, 3 miles here in Fargo, also 3 in the Grand Forks area. The other story again, the winds already gusting to 40 in Jamestown and Gwinner. Winds have shifted to the northwest here in Fargo, where you see temperatures quickly dropping as we head through the rest of the evening. Already down to 12 in Devils Lake, 17 in Jamestown. We're going to see our temperatures falling quickly here in Fargo, too. So the water and slush you see on the roads right now, that's going to turn to ice here in the next few hours. More on that forecast, including when do we see a warm-up, if we do see a warm-up. That coming up on the 7-day forecast.
We just don't want the wind to blow all the snow back into our driveways.
That may be a problem today.
Yeah. Thanks, Robert. All right, and you can stay up to date on our changing weather from your smartphone or tablet. You can also get all the latest road and weather conditions on our Storm Team app. Just search VNL Weather in the App Store. North Dakota's tax department has lifted its suspension on income tax refunds. Last night, the state started issuing back funds to direct deposit and checks. On Friday, the state suspended refunds due to an increase in tax identity fraud. State Tax Commissioner Ryan Rauschenberger says the state is still taking precautions to combat the fraud, but encourages taxpayers to file early.
If your return is in before somebody has used your information to fraudulently file a return, that one will be the one that later return, the fraudulent return, will get flagged, and then we'll know that's fraudulent. If a fraudulent return comes in before the actual filer files, we have less of a chance of knowing that that was a fraudulent return.
Rauschenberger says his office plans to reach out to taxpayers if they think a return is fraudulent. He asks that people be patient and use their websites to check on the status of their refund. There's a push to draw in military retirees to Minnesota, but the draw of warmer temperatures in other states is a challenge. Currently, there are 370,000 military veterans living in Minnesota. 18,000 of them have served long enough to earn a pension. State Representative Bob Detmer would like to see at least part of that pension exempt from state income taxes.
This is one way we can send a message out there that, hey, when you're done with your military career, why not spend it here in Minnesota?
Currently, 7 states have no state income tax at all. Another group of states excludes all or part of military pensions from state taxes. Detmer's bill would exempt up to $30,000 of military retirees' annual earnings, regardless of rank. North Dakota's Attorney General, rather U.S. Attorney, is stepping down. Tim Purdon is going to become a part of a national law firm which is coming to the state. Purdon was confirmed U.S. Attorney in August of 2010 and will wrap up his work next month. First Assistant U.S. Attorney Chris Myers will take over Purdon's position until a replacement is nominated and confirmed. For the second time in 6 years, several dozen people had to be temporarily evacuated following a fire at a downtown Grand Forks apartment building. A misplaced cigarette is being blamed for starting the fire that injured an elderly man. His name and condition have not been released yet. Valley News Team's Neil Carlson shows us what happened and tells us what you need to know to stay safe.
The man who was injured in the fire apparently pulled the fire alarm, which brought firefighters. He told another resident he didn't have his phone at the time. Folks could see smoke pouring from the man's corner apartment on the 6th floor.
Could see the smoke coming out of the building down by the garbage chute.
Okay. Was there a lot of smoke inside here?
No, but I could smell it the minute I walked out the door.
Residents say they saw the victim sitting in a chair in the lobby before he was taken to Altru Hospital. One resident tells me it didn't appear he was in very good shape.
He didn't look in very good shape.
Okay.
He wasn't looking good at all.
Up on the 6th floor where the fire started, there was water and some smoke damage, plus water damage below the apartment where a misplaced cigarette started the fire that was quickly brought under control by the sprinkler system.
Instead of putting it in a non-combustible container like you're supposed to, they didn't put it in that, and it caught some combustibles on fire.
Did it cause much damage in the apartment?
There is a lot of damage in the apartment, some smoke damage in the hallway outside the apartment.
Unfortunately, a fire at the same building back in 2008 also caused the temporary evacuation of residents. However, fire officials say while it's an inconvenience, it shows that sprinkler systems and other features are keeping apartment dwellers safe.
Like I said, the new fire protection features that are in place and the way that they're being built is all geared towards that, to make it safe for large amounts of people to be inside the same structures.
In Grand Forks, Neil Carlson, Valley News Live.
It's expected all residents of that building will be allowed to return to their apartments by this evening. So the fire department is asking all of them to follow these safety tips. Properly dispose of smoking materials. Make sure you have a working smoke detector. Have an emergency escape plan and practice it. And make sure your sprinkler system is maintained. They're required to be tested every year. Yesterday, we got a picture of a car that may have been involved in the Tom Beerson case, an NDSU student who was killed. Today, we took a digitally enhanced version of that photo to car experts to get their opinion. So coming up on Valley News Live at 6, we'll tell you their thoughts. Love bombs are going off in schools in the FM area. Today, one of many schools involved, Horizon Middle School, passed out notes and pencils to students telling them they're loved. The surprise event was started last year by a West Fargo student who wanted to do something for her peers. Now, the Imagine Thriving Student Board is love bombing 18,000 students in the FM area. Imagine Thriving is a movement that promotes mental wellness and educates students, parents, and the community how to thrive.
We distribute hearts that says you're thriving or you're loved, and this year we specialize them for each grade level, so they all say different things, but it's just for them to know that they're not alone in whatever they do and the struggles that they're going through.
This is also a way to spread the word about Giving Hearts Day, which helps fund nonprofit organizations. Giving Hearts Day is this Thursday, February 12th. Still ahead tonight, how you can make sure that drones stay away from flying over your house.
We still got some snow, some freezing drizzle, and on its way, a lot of wind and colder air. All of your forecast details coming up right after this.